During the period 1584 to 1646, 15 Catholics were executed in Lancaster for their faith. The law at this time made it illegal to convert or be converted to Catholicism, to say or hear Mass, or to help or conceal the presence of a priest. On the 17th of August 1612, the Pendle witch trials of 9 women and 2 men began at Lancaster Assizes. The prosecution's star witness was a 9-year-old girl who in court identified those who attended the Great Assembly of Witches at Malkin Tower on Good Friday 1612. 10 of the accused were executed by hanging from the gallows on Gallows Hill, which is now the location of the Ashton Memorial. Its presence dominates the city of Lancaster. The Lancaster Assizes were known as the Hanging Court, as more death sentences were passed there than at any other court in the country outside of London. The number of offences at this time that carried the death penalty was in excess of 200. Prior to 1800, hangings had taken place on Gallows Hill, but after 1800 and until 1865, public executions moved to Hanging Corner, a small round tower on the east side of Lancaster Castle. On the ground floor of the tower is the drop room. The prisoners were brought into the drop room from the condemned cells to be pinioned and say their final prayers before being led forward through the inward opening windows straight onto the gallows. Railings surrounded the drop, but the spectators were allowed within a few feet of the gallows. All the public executions used the short drop method, which meant a long, slow death by strangulation. The bodies were left hanging for 1 hour before they were taken off the rope. Lancaster's most notorious hangman was Edward Barlow, known as Old Ned. Between 1782 and 1812, he executed 71 condemned prisoners. Barlow became a prisoner within Lancaster Castle for stealing a horse. His execution was commuted to 10 years imprisonment on condition that he continued with executions and floggings. He died in prison on the 9th of December 1812. The last public execution at Lancaster Castle was on March the 25th, 1865, when Stephen Burke was hanged for the murder of his wife. After 1868, the law required all executions to be in private, and these took place in the chapel yard by the chapel steps. In around 1900, a purpose-built execution shed was erected in the yard immediately behind the wall of the Hanging Corner. The last person to be hanged in the hanging shed was Thomas Rawcliffe. He was 31 years old and executed in November 1910 for the murder of his wife Louisa.